Capricorn, this is your horoscope for November 2016. Thank you for joining me. It's really nice to be with you today. Now, I've had a look at the main influences, the big things here in November, and how they're going to impact you specifically. Please also have a look at the forecast for your rising sign and moon sign. It's going to give you a very in-depth overview of everything that's coming up. Now, in November, until the 9th of November, Mars is in your sign of Capricorn in your first house. So you're really at the peak of your powers here for the first 9 days of November. You're driven, you know what you want, you're working very hard. You also have Pluto and the rising sign in Capricorn in your first. So the work that you're doing is life-changing. And the work that you're doing can really transform the way you see yourself and the way you feel about yourself. So, if there's a personal obstacle that you've felt for a long time that you've wanted to overcome but haven't been able to, whether that's your education or your weight or your ability to connect with spirit, whatever it is, you have so much strength and power here at the beginning of the month. Be sure to set some personal goals and targets for yourself, because that energy needs to go somewhere. And rather than just let it dissipate, focus on something specific. Intend to work at something. You will be grounded and practical enough to actually move towards achieving your hopes and dreams and goals. So it's important that you have something to work towards. On the 9th, Mars moves into Aquarius in your second house. This is beautiful. It changes the energy completely, and you're really going to be very focused and driven in how you can support other people in a practical sense. So you're going to become very interested in charitable works, maybe using your money and seeing how that can help. But the drive, the focus is totally off you, and it becomes focused on everybody else. You could also become very interested in innovations, the latest designs, technology, something that impacts humanity as a whole. On the 12th, Venus goes into your sign of Capricorn. So that sense of drive and power and kind of seriousness that was all encompassing here at the beginning of November, that's now replaced with a much more gentle energy of the planet of love and beauty, Venus, and you start to enjoy what you're working on much more. You start to enjoy yourself much more. You start to feel much more comfortable in your own skin. You potentially can have a breakthrough when it comes to loving yourself. I know it sounds really corny and cheesy and trite to say, we have to love ourselves, but it really isn't. As far as I'm concerned, it's the most important thing that we can do in life. If you learn to love yourself, i.e. you love who you are, the divine spark, by doing that, you get rid of the ego, you align yourself with spirit, everything just works. So it is the most important thing that we can do. Venus is beauty and it is creativity. So yes, you can learn to love yourself more. You can also discover a new aptitude, a new creative outlet, a new way of expressing yourself in a physical, tangible way, especially when it comes to your feelings, expressing your feelings about something. And that can only happen when we love ourselves anyway. If you're criticizing yourself and putting yourself down, it's very difficult to be creative. So Venus stays in place there now for the rest of the month. So you really have a wonderful time of just feeling contented and having a sense of well-being within yourself and really being able to operate from that platform. In my experience, when you put things into action and you come from a place of contentment and positivity, you create more of the same. So again, it's important to have things in place, to have goals, to have dreams, because they'll lead somewhere and they'll take you a long way. On the 13th of November, Mercury moves into Sagittarius, and that's in your 12th house. So spiritually, there's a much greater sense of, I can reach far. I can extend myself to do more than I usually can. I can step out of my comfort zone quite easily, and I can discover new things. So you feel a lot of passion and desire and freshness and newness and an appreciation for things that you don't know just yet. On the 14th of November, the full moon happens. That happens in Taurus in your 5th house of love and romance, and that is a gift from the universe. This isn't just any full moon, it's a super moon, and it's the closest the moon has been to the earth this century so far, and it's not going to be this close until 2034. So when the moon is this close to us, it looks bigger. It's 14 to 30 degrees, 14 to 30% bigger than it usually is, so it looks huge. But because it's so close, it also has a stronger influence on us and it's more powerful. This full moon in Taurus, in your fifth, is a presence, is a sense of wellness and ease and romance and sensuality and comfort and connection with another person, especially in a romantic sense. So for you, if you're single and you've been looking, it's very likely that you get some sort of positive outcome. If you have had a friend who's been kind of so-so, it's really, there's wonderful potential to take that friendship to the next level. It's a great time to have fun, to just be silly, to just enjoy yourself. If you're in a relationship already, obviously it's a wonderful time to actually be romantic with your partner and to spend time together and just to express yourself in a loving, romantic way and to connect with that other person. You'll really enjoy this, and it's such a blessing that you're being given here, Capricorn. Because yes, you feel good within yourself. That's partially why you can connect so well, but also the self and the self in connection with others, both of those areas of your life are really superb. On the 19th and 20th, depending on where you are in the world, Neptune goes direct. And Neptune is the planet of dreams and aspirations, and it's in Pisces in your third house. Now, Neptune goes direct and stays direct until March 2017. And Neptune is in Pisces once every 160 plus years. So this is, something that's big. It's in Pisces from 2011 until 2026. And when it goes direct, it becomes much easier to connect with the emotional, intuitive, spiritual side of things. For you, that comes via your passion and your enthusiasm about things and this far-sightedness almost that you've got going on. And you can really communicate with yourself, which you have access to for the first time in a very profound way. I mean, we all have times when, like if you meditate, for instance, there are certain months and weeks when things go iffy. Sometimes they're amazing and there's no rhyme or reason to it. This month is a time when you really have a sense of love and connection with the self. So really connecting with yourself and asking yourself, what are the dreams for the future? What do I want to achieve? And how, this is important, how can I express myself creatively? Asking that question is really going to provide you with a lot of material that you can use to get those feelings and those passions and that creative energy out there and to do something with it. On the 21st of November, the Sun goes into Sagittarius, and that's in your 12th house. So that sense of spiritual strength and being able to do anything and being able to overcome obstacles and thinking, that's nothing, I can deal with it like that. Whereas other times it would have seemed like an insurmountable obstacle. That becomes even stronger now, and it gets stronger and stronger and stronger as the month ends here. And on the 29th, it reaches its peak, because the new moon occurs in Sagittarius in your 12th, and you're pulling this adventurous, positive, fiery self, this energy of self-belief into your spiritual being, and it connects with your midheaven and Saturn and Mercury, which are also in Sagittarius in your 12th, and really you can look to the future and really jump hurdles and obstacles that otherwise would be difficult, and you can create a lot of structure and security in your life for the future just by getting in touch with that fire and passion and making the most of it. So it looks like an amazing month for you. If you would like a private reading with me about your love life or your finances or what your life purpose is when it comes to work, then please get in touch with me via my website, and we can look at that information based on your birth chart. Your date of birth, your place of birth, and your time of birth. It's going to be very, very specific to you in particular. GregoryScott.com, click on the readings tab and you can order your reading there. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you soon.